What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday, 9:05, and Mike and Mish are back from vacation. What's up, Mike?
Man, can you believe this? We are back. I feel like it's been an eternity. And no offense to everybody who's going to be watching, but I was grateful to not be doing this for 2 weeks. We got a nice vacation. We needed it. We needed to decompress, as they say. And here we are.
Dude, even every single vacation we went on the last 2 years with our families, we still did shows from the vacations and still managed to not get divorced.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing. Which is a big thing, everybody. Yeah, man, we managed to keep the families together, and Mike and his family went to Florida. I took my family to Florida. We unplanned. We were a couple hours apart from each other. We almost met up at a Tournament to Pizza.
Yeah, we got real close, almost touched tips right there, and then we kept going.
We were gonna go check out Tournament to Pizza, say hi to DJ Tony and Matt McFountain and all those good guys down there, and we just couldn't. What happens is we take our kids to like water parks and parks and whatnot, and they just way too worn out to do anything afterwards. So
they become zombies, and they have 10% life left in their bodies.
Yeah. What's up, Big Ben, Falcon 09, Joe Ivy, Mr. Kill Eagle, Wesley's in the house. You got Susan, Absent Minded, Howie. What's happening, everybody? Make sure you guys are sharing this show up because we got a humongous show for everybody tonight. We got the main event of BKFC 41, which is going to be happening April 29th in Denver, Colorado. We got both guys separate. We're not going to have them on together because we're not going to try to do a crazy fucking showdown, Jerry Springer type episode. Right. So we're going to keep them separate. We're going to have Luke Rockhold coming on in a few minutes. We're going to shoot the shit with him for about 15, 20 minutes. And then we're going to let him go. And we're going to bring on his opponent, Mr. Platinum Mike Perry will be on here in a little bit as well. What a freaking show to come back off of vacation with a show like this. I mean, I'm excited. We got a little things to talk about before we bring our guests on. But before we do that, we got to shout our peoples out, Mike.
Shout the people. Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
860-884-2103. I know you guys missed that advertisement. I know you did. I know I did. I know everybody out there has a dream to own a home, build a home, whatever you need to do. Mike is the man to do it. Hit up Norcom Mortgage and do not hesitate to ask questions with Mike. He's one of the most helpful people I have ever met in my life. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. Norcom Mortgage, Mike Mish. What's up?
Yeah, Mike Mish, not Mike Hall. Don't call me because I cannot help you.
Bareknuckle corn snacks in the house. Thank you for always riding with us and supporting the show. And tonight while we're doing this show, I think I'm going to give away some of these Bareknuckle corn snacks right here in my hand. I got what do I got here? I got straight butter popcorn, straight popping butter, and a pound for pound caramel.
Ooh,
what do you call that there?
And that to me, the caramel.
What the hell is that? What's that stuff called? Kettle corn. Kettle corn. So we'll give some of that away. There's a gigantic event coming up in Denver, but before that, there's an event this Friday in Hollywood, Florida, BKFC 38. Yeah. You got BKFC 40 happening in London. And before check these out. What you guys need to do is get on BKBetShark on Instagram. Hit up BKBetShark's Instagram page. There he is. There's the logo right there. Get on there. Take his advice. Get on DraftKings. Get on betonline.ag, whatever you use, and make some money with Mr. BKBetShark, because I'm sure he's going to be dishing out gems for the next 2 weeks, 3 events in 2 weeks. That sounds like a moneymaker to me, Mike.
Here's their new slogan. If you hate money, don't go to BKBetShark.
That is true. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and shout out Condemned Labz, man. CondemnedLabz.com. Very strong, very potent supplements that will get you in the gym, that'll get you fired up, and it'll get you jacked, shredded, pumped up for the summer coming up, springtime. Just look at these physiques, man. I mean, we didn't get this way overnight. You know how we got this way? CondemnedLabz.com, baby. And go there, use promo code Mike and Mish, get 10% off that thing. Anyway,
you should see me in the gym.
You should see Mike in the gym. He's a goddamn savage. I'm telling you.
When I take that fucking Condemned supplements, I'm bouncing off the goddamn walls. Go to my unit and ask them about me. Mention my name.
Suck my unit.
They'll let you know. They'll tell you what it's all about. When Mike gets on those Condemned pre-workouts, bouncing off the walls. They had to get a new treadmill in that.
Do you want to know something? And I went down to the baseball field tonight.
Burning it up.
My kid had a little league game, and it was a scrimmage. It was the first scrimmage of the year. We got a couple scrimmages before the season starts. And I go down there, and I'm actually still wearing the exact same clothes that I wore to the baseball field. And I go walking on the field, and one of the other coaches goes, "Damn, dude, you've been hitting the gym?" I mean, a little bit. I didn't think I was doing anything special, but you know what? It's got to be the Condemned Labz, baby. I said, you know what? Get on CondemnedLabz.com. Use promo code Mike and I didn't say all that shit, but I said, nah, I guess. I said, thanks for the compliment, bro.
Imagine if that's how you talked in everyday conversation.
Yeah,
you're always trying to push something to somebody.
Yeah.
They're just talking, and you're like, "Oh, you know,
I look strong right now? Do you know how I got strong like this? CondemnedLabz.com.
Yeah. Hashtag
Underground King. I'm telling you, man, this is a huge week for us to come back from vacation and like to get the guest list that we have stacked up for the next 2 days. I never thought that we would actually get to this point, Mike. When we started the show 2.5 years ago, I was super excited with anybody coming on the show, like anyone. You know what I mean? Anybody that would want to come on, anybody that would want to come on and talk, man, I was ready to talk. I love combat sports. I love talking shit. And it's been a really crazy 2.5 years. Oh, not even a full 2.5 years, by the way. We're creeping up on that 2.25 years of the Mike and Mish show. And here we are with a former UFC middleweight champion, former Strikeforce middleweight champion, quite possibly. And I am not just blowing smoke right now. I can't wait till he comes on here in a few minutes. He might be one of the most well-rounded mixed martial artists you'll ever see fight. If you go back and watch prime Luke Rockhold,
oh yeah,
find a weakness in his game, I dare you. That dude, his grappling is strong as hell. He is an absolute savage on the floor when it comes to jiu-jitsu. His transitions are some of the slickest transitions you'll ever see on the floor. So many submissions from so many different ways. The best body lock triangle I think I've ever seen. His 6'3" frame at 185 pounds, his long ass legs, he would get that little figure 4 body lock, triangle lock around the waist of his opponents back in the day.
Yep.
And it was just a matter of time until they are absolutely proper fucked, right?
Oh man.
Not to mention the kicks.
Black belt, man. He's a black belt. And he has been. You know, the crazy thing is like this guy's been in the UFC since 2013. Like that's 10 friggin' years ago. And before that, he was kicking ass in Strikeforce for years. So to me, that's insane. And now here he is main eventing a Bareknuckle event in Denver next friggin' week. Next week. I can't even believe this card's huge. I
want to say that he was the last. Man, it's a weird stat for him. I think he was the last guy to win a title in Strikeforce before the Zuffa purchased Strikeforce and did the old Vince McMahon absorb the competition type thing. It was a long time ago, but you know what? He wasn't even hitting his prime at that point. It wasn't do you remember the Weidman fight? How badly he beat the brakes off of Chris Weidman. And like Chris Weidman was great at that time. Like Chris was in his prime. Those two guys were the two best middleweights on the planet without question. And Luke just mollywopped him. And no offense to Chris, he really beat him up pretty badly.
He did beat him up good. And I remember having this conversation at work and being like, hey, Luke Rockhold's probably going to win this fight. We were talking with some people at work and they were like, absolutely not. He beat Anderson Silva. He's the best, And we're like, yeah, he's good, but he's probably going to lose this fight.
Can I just point out a comment from the
from Mike?
From Tony Chappell. Tony.
Oh, hey, hello.
Tony, I believe he beat Tim Kennedy, not Ted Kennedy. I don't think Ted. I'm gonna ask Luke Rockhold in a second if Tony Chappell's correct, and he beat Ted Kennedy for a fucking title.
I don't think he beat Ted Kennedy because that probably would be illegal. That
was the man himself,
assault,
Tim
brother.
Kennedy.
You can't fight Ted Kennedy.
Yeah. All right, brother. Hey, well, we got him in the weight room right now. We're not gonna make him wait. We're gonna bring him on. The former UFC, the former Strikeforce middleweight champion in both organizations, and one of the top guys in the middleweight MMA world for a decade. This dude is making his debut in the BKFC next week, about 10 days from now, in Denver, Colorado, against Platinum Mike Perry in the biggest pay-per-view event that they've ever put on. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and get him in here. The man himself, Luke Rockhold. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, man?
Good. How's it going, Luke? Thank you for coming on the show. That's Mike. I'm Mish. This is the Mike and Mish show, and we talk Bareknuckle all the time. So it's an honor to have you on, bud.
That is my new recipe for life. So let's talk it.
Nah, man, we were just talking about you as a fighter coming over here, and I gotta say, and without blowing smoke up your ass, you might be the most accomplished, well-rounded mixed martial artist that they have brought over into the BKFC so far, and it's really exciting to see a guy like yourself, take the gloves off and walk away from a sport that you've done so well in for so long, and be willing to try out this new sport, and it's pretty awesome.
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. I'm excited about the challenge. It's a journey, combat sports, and this is something that has to be done. I mean, it's something pure about it. And I think people, once you get past like the initial blood and all that bullshit, there's something real.
Well, we know that you don't mind blood, dude. We all saw your last fight with Paulo, and when you were grinding the blood in his face, that's something that I can see you and Mike Perry really swapping some blood in the squared circle on April 29th.
I prefer giving, not swapping.
Not swapping.
Let's get that straight. There was a lot of boogers in that blood too that Paulo was digesting.
Ooh.
I was just like, if you're going to the death of somebody, so you're gonna blind them, smother them, and then you're gonna finish them. So I think time saved him in respect.
Man,
but I hope he got a hefty helping of my boogers in his mouth.
That's some sick shit. Now, for a guy like yourself, man, was it a hard decision for you to walk away from mixed martial arts, seeing how right before you came on, we were talking about how deadly how slick you are on the floor with your jiu-jitsu, you're grappling strong, your kicks are strong, you got good hands, walking away from all that other stuff. Was that a hard decision for you, or are you not completely walked away from it right now? You could be going back at some point.
I mean, I always leave the door open. I think I've always said that. It is never closing a door. I think too many people do that, and that's just stupid. So I never thought I would wear a furry hat, but Cheeto's got one, I got one. Hey. The boys are getting furry over here. We're in Denver. So
Denver is beautiful, right? I mean, I've been to a ton of cities, right? We both have. That city is awesome. Denver is like absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice joint, man. I enjoy it. The getting into the city. I'm staying outside the city a bit, so it's a little different. But like once you get in the city, it's clean, it's nice, and there's good food, good style, good things, man. I'm enjoying it. Once you adapt to the air up here is a little thin.
How long you been out there? A couple weeks? A week?
I've been out here. It's been 2.5 weeks now. Yeah, getting up there.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
So you're going in there. You're fighting a guy that's everybody's familiar with. I'm sure you're familiar with him from your time in the UFC. You guys were always a division or two away from each other, but Mike has done decent he's done a pretty good job putting Bareknuckle on the map for the organization. And I got to be honest, I never thought I would see him going up to fight a guy like you, a 6'3" longtime middleweight that, made moves up in light heavyweight as well. How did I know he said that he was the one that brought you in with it was something on Twitter, but was it the BKFC already talking to you prior to all that, or how did this relationship come to fruition?
I think that had something to do with it. I was kind of I was on my way out of the UFC, and I was entertaining all options. BKFC was on the menu for sure. PFL, Bellator, all the above. So I was entertaining everything, and I'm even the boxing match was with the Paul boys, trying to get it. So I don't think Mike liked. I think he thought he was in line for that fight or some shit. So I said something, and he jumped on it. And then BKFC, I think they saw an opportunity. They approached us, and we made a card. I think we made an event. Mike said he, got me the fight, but I guess what? The only reason people are watching is because I'm here, and they still be in a different avenue. So Mike can do his job, I'll do my job, but I think in the end, I think he's biting off way more than he can chew.
Well, I wanted to point that out. Like, I wanted to ask you, you in MMA, you and him would never see each other, right? Because of the size difference. And honestly, your ground game, your kicks, everything is far superior to him. But in this sport, he doesn't have to worry about all that stuff. So do you think that he's anywhere equal with you when it comes to throwing hands, or you still have a massive advantage going into this, even though he's been there and done that for a little bit?
It's definitely making the playing field a little more fair. This is obviously Bareknuckle. He's more used to it, so I'm handicapping myself, weighing in the size and everything. I think we got a good fight on our hands. I plan on using my advantages, man. Of course, I'm gonna use everything I got. My length, my range, my footwork, my skill, things that he don't have. I mean, he doesn't. He fades, man. I mean, there's reasons why he wasn't able to achieve certain things where I did achieve, and it's time to put him in the test. It's a mentality of going against someone such as myself versus someone like Mike. And I know what Mike brings. He's a tough little dude, but this is a fight. A fight is a fight, no matter what the circumstances. And the opponents means something. The mentality means something. The preparation means something.
Well, speaking about preparation, we know you've been at the Ruka gym, right, with Jason Perillo, and getting ready for this sport. Have you been training with any bare knuckle fighters to find out the nuances in the sport? Because a lot of people say like, oh, that's just boxing. It's the same thing as boxing. But really people are finding out when they come here from boxing that it isn't the same. It's definitely different. The pace is different. So have you been training with some people from bare knuckle or corresponding with anybody?
I have. Yeah. I've done some work, some sparring, and some, it's fast. It's, you start on the scratch, you start off the line, and they come at you quick. So Mike can't hesitate. like you said, he's got to be vigilant. He's got to be in my face. But you know, and I'm going to move. And here's the thing: people don't know what to expect of me. Everyone knows what to expect of Mike. People have never seen me isolated in a boxing fight. You know, obviously with no gloves or nothing, it's not that big of a difference, I'd say, from mixed martial arts. But boxing is a big difference for me. I mean, I'm heavily weighted on my kicks, my grappling, and I can use that to my advantage a lot of the time. So it changes my movement. Now, you're going to see me rely on my footwork and my boxing and my strategy in there, and no one's ever seen that. So Mike's guessing. A lot of people are guessing, and I think they're living in the past of what they've seen and not what's currently here. And I know what I'm getting into. He does not know what he's getting into.
Man, it's going to be an exciting fight for sure. I cannot wait to get out there. I wanted to ask you about Jason Perillo. When they approached you with this fight, was this a conversation that you had to consult with your coach first? Was he having any pushback about you going in there and fighting without gloves on, or was he all about it like you are?
I had the conversation with, it was kind of funny. The guy that presented that, and me, Jason, and Cheeto were just getting some lunch and shooting the shit after practice. And why don't you ask Jason, what do you say?
Well, look at.
How you doing, Jason?
How you doing, Mish? How you guys doing? Everybody's good?
Everybody's good.
I said, for the money that they're offering to fight Luke Perry, I said, I'll fight fucking Luke Perry.
Mike Perry. If you're fighting Luke Perry, like 90, are we talking 90210?
I'll fight the 90210 guy tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll fight tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure he's
I'll
dead.
put my money on you against Luke Perry. What do you think the odds are on this? Hold on.
What are the odds? Cole, you love that, right? No, but honestly, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities Luke obviously has in the fight world, and everything's dangerous. And everything's dangerous. He can go into, the PFLs or, whatever there is. And there's, there's money to be made. I'm not saying that Luke's at the end of his career, but he is late in his career, and he's got to capitalize off what he's done in the past the best he can and take the best opportunities he can. And we're going up against a guy that, there's bigger threats. There's other companies that want him to, take on some young buck killers that are, that I don't have faith that Luke can beat these guys. But really, at the end of the day, when you look at the financial side, you look at where he's at in his career, it really makes the most sense. Is it bloody? Is it gory? Sure, but it's not any more dangerous than any of these other sports. And that's a fact. And you guys know that, and everybody knows that.
Absolutely.
Do people get cut up? Sure, but there's limbs broken. There's a lot more damage to the brain, when you got those gloves up and you're protecting yourself from concussions. You know what I mean? That's what gloves originally were made for, is to keep you from cutting so the fights can go on longer. And when the fights go on longer, there's more damage. So realistically, in my opinion, when he asked me, he sat down with me and Cheeto and whatever, we talked about it right when he got the call. I'm like, this is almost the safest thing you can go and do. And that might sound crazy, but it is. We're also dealing with a smaller guy. It's not that Mike Perry, right? Not Luke Perry. And it's not that Mike Perry isn't a beast and a hard hitter, but realistically it's a 10-minute fight, 2-minute rounds, and There's a lot more dangerous things to do. And that was my opinion if you wanted to hear it when he asked.
I love that answer, man. Thank you very much for that. And the Luke Perry thing matches up very well. Right before Luke came on, we had a loyal viewer of our show say that Luke once beat Ted Kennedy for a Strike Force title. And I said, I said, I'm pretty sure he did not fight Ted Kennedy, my friend. And then he corrected himself.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to give the phone back to Luke.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thanks, Jason. I'm glad that you guys are looking at Bareknuckle the same way, and I think they froze here. But a lot of people think that, oh, hey, Bareknuckle, as you guys know, is not legal in every state right now. So they're in the situation that UFC was in the 1990s, early 2000s, where they're like, oh, this is human cockfighting. Watch out. There's no gloves. People will die. And I really love what Jason just had to say about sport, because people just don't seem to understand anything about the sport. They just see no gloves up. Now it's nuts.
Right.
I mean, let's just be real. The slap fighting is way more dangerous than what we're doing. The guys, I mean, to legalize that, certain states and make that available to the public, people are just signing up to get brain damage and getting knocked out. There's technique, there's skill, there's a mentality, there's training for this. These people are bums walking off the street just looking to get knocked out and making it popular for the. It's like, shut the fuck up. There's something real to this, and it's the initial closed fist, first open hand. People are just naive. The world's dumb.
Hey Luke, so you guys mentioned or Jason mentioned fighting Mike for the money that they're offering. It's a no-brainer. I don't want to ask you what you're getting paid right here, but is the money enough to keep you around for another fight after this one, or is this a one and then step back and check out your options one more time? Or are they already talking about possibly, Chael Sonnen was like starting the rumor about Darren Till, or, you stick around, they got Lorenzo Hunt and Chris Camozzi, and there's like a lot of options for you in that organization. Is this something that you're already thinking about after this fight, or you're going to play your field?
It's one fight at a time, man. And those names are not like, they're not great names for me. I mean, Mike's done his thing and he's a character, and there's something about him coming in and doing my first fight with Bareknuckle and being Mike. Who the fuck's Lorenzo Hunt? It's just, I want things that entertain me and entertain the fans, and obviously that pay well, but that's something that motivates me. That dude doesn't motivate me, and I don't know if Darren Till really motivates me. Maybe going to London, maybe, and like getting a big arena, like certain things. I don't know, maybe, but it's one fight at a time. There's options on the table. There's a lot of options. It's just about doing what I have to do, set forth in front of me, and I'm focused on Mike.
Nice. And we'll just ask you a few more questions here. You saw Mike's first two fights in the BKFC. He went the distance with Julian. He went 6 rounds with MVP. When you step in there on the 29th, I know you've been calling for a knockout and a quick, quick work of him, but is there any way that you see yourself going into a 5-round war with Mike Perry on the 29th, or do you see no possibility of that?
Man, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna come to fight. Mike's gonna come to fight. Mike can take a lot of shots, man. We'll see, but he hasn't been hit by guys like me. So I think MVP's a little light in the ass, and fucking Julian Lane is a blown up 145 pounder who's putting it on him too. And Mike did get dropped in both those fights pretty much. It didn't count it, but I saw both of them, and he's going the distance with these guys. So we'll see what Mike has. Him moving up in weight too. He's bigger. I'm sure he'll be a little stronger. We'll see what he brings, but my money's on his face breaking before my hands.
I like that. All right, and we'll finish up with you on the show here. We like to have a little fun at the end here. They're non-fight related questions. They kind of are not your fight related questions. The first one I got for you is on this weekend, Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Who do you got and how?
Damn, dog. I don't know. That's a tough fight to go with. Tank is experienced, and he seems a little more confident. And Ryan's trying to put his faith in God. And I'm never a big fan of that. I'm a more of a realist rather than following this belief of things that aren't necessarily true. So I'm gonna favor Tank, even though I like Ryan Garcia's length and his speed and all that shit. And I think Tank has a lot of problems in front of him. He could get caught for sure, but I think the faith of a fighter in himself versus the faith of a fighter in a higher power is different for me. I think I'll always take the faith of a fighter.
You see, these guys are going to give away their fight purses supposedly to each other. They were like on a live Instagram live, and they're like, "Hey, you know what? If you win, I'll give you my fight purse." And it seemed like it was probably more legit because we've heard that happen before. But these guys seem pretty serious about it. They were pretty souped about it.
I seriously doubt that happened.
Yeah, I know.
Put it in contract. Put it in contract.
Right.
Well, and during that,
I did that. I did want to put that in contract, on my first fight versus Bisping for the first round for $100,000. But Bisping didn't take that bet. And at the end of the first round, Bisping's like, first round, motherfucker, what? Hey, but Kevin, given the non-title,
listen. He didn't take the bet, but he took the belt.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
Shots fired from the coach over there.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
well,
mine
before we
was more impressive, ungiven the stage.
Whatever.
Yeah, the one arm, yeah, was that the one arm guillotine? Was that the one arm? Was that Bisping?
Yeah, I think I beat him just about everywhere. It was I punched him so bad the first time it was hard to respect him the second time.
All right, before we move on to the last one, the next one, during that Instagram live, supposedly Gervonta Davis was on the phone with his manager telling him, put it in the contract right now.
Yeah.
And he's like pointing to the phone. He's like, I got my manager on the phone right now. He's drafted up the contract. So I'm taking your fucking purse. And we're like, oh shit. So we'll see. Let's move on. Here we go. Number 2.
The managers will never let that happen on the other end of things.
Yeah,
that's true. They want to make money too. So
right.
Here we go.
Number 2. Would you rather be surfing, skating, fighting, or fucking?
Or what?
Or fucking.
Surfing, skating, fighting, or fucking.
Hey, the whole car said fuck.
Well, what'd you know?
What do you know?
I guilty by association. The whole car. Yeah.
Everybody at once. Go.
What time of the day?
Anytime.
Yeah.
Skate to lunch.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. Hey, if you could run one of your MMA fights back, but inside a BKFC squared circle, who would you want to bring over into the BKFC and run one back with the gloves off?
If Bisping had 2 eyes, we'd fucking run it back.
Jesus.
There's too much risk at that play here.
What about like Vitor?
Vitor, I mean, yeah, Vitor minus the fucking full growth testosterone fucking steroid burst that I fought him on. Yeah, for sure.
The TRT tour.
TRT Vitor. I mean, I fought him like a fucking superhuman, for sure. If we fought on a fair playing field, I'd fucking take Vitor in there all day.
You're definitely telling the truth on that one. Yeah.
All right, David Feldman, get Vitor over here and let them fight with the gloves off. Let's do this. Number 4.
What's the craziest thing you've ever received in your DMs?
A lot of dick pics.
Offers. There's some fucked up offers, man. The people out there, like, I think there was a U.S. senator to offer was like coming off. It was like, what the fuck is wrong with the world?
What?
Oh, you're definitely at a different level than anything.
It was bad, man. I was like, keep that shit to yourself, dog. I was like, what the?
It wasn't
how is that even
Kennedy,
legal?
was it?
It was it Ted Kennedy? Yeah.
Let's just say I got a fan base from the male side, I guess.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, last question for you is if you could bet on yourself at BKFC 41, I don't know if you can even answer this kind of question. What is the largest amount of money that you'd be comfortable throwing down on yourself against Mike Perry?
If I could bet on myself?
If you can bet on yourself, what's the largest amount of money you would feel comfortable throwing down on you April 29th?
That's a great question. My fucking purse, baby.
The entire, well, see, I don't know if we could work that into the contract, my friend. No. Oh, well, all right. Well,
yeah,
that's a great answer. The fright purse.
I know.
Luke,
we don't know the purse, though. So what is
yeah,
this,
we don't
millions?
know. We don't want you to have to talk about that kind of stuff.
Can't talk about it. It's called
Yeah.
Such thing as an NDA.
It's like Fight Club.
Yeah, nobody talks about Fight Club. All right, man. Well, Luke, thank you very much for coming on the show. This is a real honor. You're an absolute superstar in the combat sports world. I can't wait till you step in there on the 29th and start a new chapter to your career here. Any last words before you let you go? And And we'll see you in Denver next week.
See you in Denver, man. I'm here. I'm ready. Mike, let's fucking go. I'm gonna bring it. You're gonna get your money's worth. You're gonna get an entertainment. I'm gonna bring it like I've never brought it before. I'm telling you. I just started tasting blood last time, and I want more of it.
It's fucking awesome. Mike, you got anything else for him?
Mike will be on in just a few minutes, so you might see a couple of highlights, or if you stick around and watch the rest of the show, he might have a couple of things to say. So it was good having you on. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you guys next week.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Make it easy. Thanks, Jason.
See you. Well, that was Luke Rockhold.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was cool. We even get to hear from Jason Perillo, huh?
Jason
How about that one?
Dude, Jason, do you guys realize that Luke Rockhold has trained in AKA historic, legendarily, AKA Javier Mendez, head coach, right? DC, Khabib, Islam Makhachev, Cain Velasquez, you name it, absolute insanity coming out of AKA. And then he trained at Sanford MMA. Sanford MMA, Henry Hoof. You got Michael Chandler, Kamaru Usman. You got a who's who of fighters down there. Now, he also trains at Ruka with head coach Jason Perillo.
Dude.
Legend. Jason Perillo, you just saw in the car there, Cheeto Vera was with him. And you know what I mean? Like, that dude has been around. The three gyms that he's associated with are just absolute fucking insane, insane gyms
coming out of those gyms.
Yeah, man. And his opponent, and hold on, before I never do this, I gotta walk away because my dumb cat opened the fucking door over here. So just let me go shut the door.
Cats, no
Yeah,
cats.
I'm gonna go.
You gotta get rid of these fucking cats, all right? Let's get rid of these freaking things. What are they even here for? We don't even understand these cats. What do they do for you? You know what I'm saying? Waste of time, in my opinion.
Shit.
Yeah, what's up?
I know
with
what
the
they
cat?
do to Mike. They make Mike sneeze his ass.
Yeah,
off
I can't even be around them. They'll kill me in 10 minutes in the room. I'm dead.
Yeah,
I can't take it.
Cats are Mike's kryptonite. So thank you to Luke Rockhold for coming on and giving us some of his time. And now we got the other half of the main event. We're going to welcome him back to the show. April 29th, there will be blood. Platinum Mike Perry. What is going on, dude?
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry.
Hey.
Play, dude.
That's fine. No, it's fine. It's
cool, bro.
Where the
there we go. Cats are cool, bro. I have a cat.
No, man,
I'm severely allergic to cats, like more than probably anyone you've ever met. Like, I'm so allergic to cats. If I stay in a room with a cat for like 10 minutes, my fucking airways close up, my eyes puff. I die. I will die.
Look.
Yeah, that sounds. I mean,
I do like cats, though. If we let's pretend
that cat that you just pulled up had some like seriously like yellow eyes. That looked like a demon cat. Look at that motherfucker.
He's a little exotic.
Whoa, that's cool, man.
That's cool.
You know what? I tell my wife, because my wife's a big cat person. She's extremely allergic to dogs. So she's the opposite of Mike. We'll never get a dog, right? Dogs. Oh, are you? Well, you're such a pussy, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted.
I love cats and dogs, but they fuck me up, and then I hate them for it. It's their fault, not mine.
That's fair.
No, but you know what I told Amy, I said, let's spend a little money and let's get one of those cats that John Jones has, that fucking whatever, that serval cat. It looks like a giant like looks like a mountain lion. He keeps it on a fucking chain. That's what I want. Go around, scare all the neighbors.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, you're back. You're back, Mike. You are once again headlining a massive event for the BKFC. And then once again, you have topped the last name with an even bigger name. That you got your feet wet with Julian Lane. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, the BKFC presents you Michael Page, right? Michael Venom Page. You go,
which was a huge surprise.
Huge surprise. You go over to London. You guys go 6 rounds in this epic battle.
Yep.
And now, and after that, we're all like, yeah, he's gonna have to pretty soon gonna start having some title aspirations here. But no, they surprise us once again with another massive name, former champion Luke Rockhold. Man, I mean, I know you said that you kind of created this on Twitter. To run us through that one more time, like how did this fight actually make sense to everybody? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, everyone was talking about me boxing the YouTuber and being the guy to shut him up, but then people were trying to steal that fight from me or trying to gain some thunder for themselves, I guess. And I saw Luke on Twitter calling him out, and he said he would outbox him. I was like, well, I'll outbox you. And he's the bigger guy, and it's intriguing. It gets me up in the morning. It excites me, and that's important for a fight camp. To fight a dangerous guy really makes you train and focus to prepare properly. So, I mean, I don't really care how it came to be, but we're here.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to go do it. And I'm feeling sharp. I'm feeling dangerous. I'm feeling stronger than ever. And my boxing skill, and I'm just, man, I'm ready to put these hands on this dude.
Well, we just talked to him, and I brought it up to him. I said, in the MMA world, this fight would probably never happen, right? It's just you guys are divisions away from each other. He's also like world class jiu-jitsu guy. I mean, not that yours is not good either, but you take away his kicks, his grappling, and his jiu-jitsu, and it's just hands and hands. You guys are pretty level when it comes to hand skills, right? Like this really levels the field out. And in a bare knuckle fight, weight classes aren't all that big of a fucking deal. I don't think. I think that like you in a 205 pounder can probably scrap a little bit because it's just this and this. And
I mean, I do box with heavyweights. I love throwing hands. That's one thing that people need to realize about this fight, that in MMA, I fought in the UFC at 170. Luke fought 185 and 205, which is a huge gap.
Yep.
And I mean, he's 6'3", I'm 5'10". He's gonna be in the ring at about 205, and I'll be in the ring at about 190. And so I mean, it's a real challenge for me, and I'm grateful to have it. It really excites me and makes me work harder. And I've been really, I've been eating like good things, steak. I just posted something on my Instagram. I'm cooking up some steak, broccoli, mushrooms, and a baked potato. And I've been lifting weights, pumping iron, and after we get off of this, I'm going to post some bag work that I did. I had my camera guy come out, and I got another cool little video that he did where my coach was like wearing a camera holding mitts, and it looks kind of cool. But this is really an awesome challenge, and people, I mean, regular fans or fans in general just, won't understand what goes into this. I mean, I'll tell you this. 8 years ago, Lyoto Machida and Luke Rockhold fought. I watched Lyoto pop him a couple times with the hands. Luke had this stalking, walking forward style in an MMA fight where his hips kind of overwhelmed Machida, his weight, his size, and his strength. And he kind of threw, he got Machida to kind of fall over to the ground without even hitting him, just his sheer size and force. And his grappling was phenomenal in that fight. And he really put on a masterclass in that fight. And I bring it up because Machida is a southpaw. He's about 210 pounds. He's 6'2", 6'3". And I've been sparring with him for this fight. And he's the perfect training partner for this fight. He's given me some good work and some good insight on what I'll be seeing. But he is a totally different striker than Luke Rockhold at that size. He is more you know, he plays the footwork and he
Yeah.
moves around. And you know, I don't see Luke. I know he's been working on his boxing and his punching, and maybe he has been working on his footwork, but and he did say he's gonna stick and move around, and I said that I'm gonna stalk and come forward. And you know, I don't know. I see him being that stocky type fighter, so we might meet in the middle. And I think that's where the advantage goes to me. I'm a little lower. I can move underneath him and get to the side and pop him around the edges. But he is very big, dangerous. He punches really hard, and it's bare knuckle, so those punches, you know, might hurt a little more. The fans really need to understand how big of a challenge and a risk that this is that I'm taking, so that when I go in there and I look better than ever, you know, put some respect on my name.
Well, I do think that this is a big risk, but at the same time, I think that you have a great opportunity and you have a huge, I don't think that you're out of this. I think you're way in, right? So for a good comparison that I think for this fight, Knuckle Mania 3 main event, Mike Richmond versus Lorenzo Hunt. Lorenzo is a big guy, right? Mike Richmond used to fight at 135 back in Bellator. He come up, usually fights at 175, fights Lorenzo at 185, fucking was pretty much beating shit out of him during the first round, right? I mean, he was doing very well in that first round. He was beating him pretty good, knocked him down. Then we saw what happened. Lorenzo, bigger, trained, knew exactly what to do. Mike came in, right? Came in, clocked him, and he went down. Not saying that's going to happen in this fight, but I'm just saying that this is like kind of like that same thing. You know, people think like, oh, the size is a huge thing. It's like, no, this is different. This is bare knuckle, man. You hit him right, he's going down. It's not the same. It is a great fight. I cannot wait for this fight. You know?
Yeah, I feel you, man. It should be good. I guess that, you know, you can make that comparison, but I guess it helps me remember to, you know, be smart if I do put some damage on them. And I
keep your hands up.
Yeah, stay on my P's and Q's and don't just rush in there trying to finish the night. But yeah, you know, I mean, I think this is a little different, I guess.
You know, we saw you that night. We were backstage. You were with Lorenzo. We were talking to Lorenzo and his brother, and we saw you. And we said, Mike, when are you fucking fighting again? What's the name? And you go, well, there's a couple names floating out there right now. And I said, well, I can't wait to see which one lands. And you were like, yeah, I can't wait to see which one lands either. I had, if you gave me 100 guesses, Luke Rockhold probably would have never been one of them, to be honest with you. I was like, when this fight got announced, I'm like, man, when he told us that he had some names floating out there, I did not fucking think that was one of them. What the fuck? I thought you'd be fighting fucking Eddie Alvarez, to be honest with you. When they announced the Eddie Alvarez Chad Mendez, I was like, oh wow, what the hell?
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, look, it definitely is partly you know, I can get some credit here because, like I said on Twitter, and I've been I called out Chris Weidman to his face at a UFC event. I was like, how about you and me get in there and do a little boxing, huh? He was like, what, are you serious? I was like, hell yeah, I'm serious. That's Chris Weidman, dude. And then this Luke Rockhold thing. So the other part of the credit definitely has to go to David Feldman and the BKFC crew, because, you know, they're the ones. I didn't even know. I don't think even I knew about the MVP fight. So that just kind of happened. So that one came through. This is David Feldman, man, doing his thing, bringing these big fights. This is why I said people need to put some respect on my name, man, because I'm taking on these high-level professionals in this sport of bare knuckle boxing, and it's been my thing, man. It's going on, and it just suits me. And I really dove into it as far as the training goes. punching bare knuckle and practicing and learning new techniques. And I love the boxing. I really do. I gotta say, I've always been a boxer at heart, and I still went and I had some success in MMA. I liked the elbows. I liked the knees. I didn't like getting kicked in my face or in my legs, I guess. And I have great grappling as far as defensively. But back to the topic of, size and weight. I mean, I've grappled with Machida, and his size and weight has overwhelmed me on the ground. And I'm a great defensive grappler. I use it. I have the ability to get up on mostly anyone. Especially now that I got this sprawl and brawl style. I mean, I still go and I work with the MMA guys, and I box them up and try to make them shoot on me so I can sprawl them and brawl them. And, but I just love the boxing aspect of keep it on your feet. I want to knock Luke down and have him make that 8 count. So he's like, damn, we got to keep going. I thought, so I want to see the look on his face if I can make that happen. And don't get me wrong, though. I expect him to be tough. I expect him to, when I am able to land shots, I expect him to be tough and be there the same way MVP was. I am better than ever, I honestly believe. But, if I'm not able to finish him, I can see a 5 to 6 round decision in my favor for sure.
Mike, you're only 30, right? Are you 30, 31? Like you're just getting into your prime, dude. You're getting into like I'm in the military, so I could honestly tell you it was like 32 to 35 is where I felt my strongest. Like I could do the most shit. And then I started having kids, and now I feel like a fucking broken old man. But anyway, so you're just getting into this shit. And I wanted you brought up like loving the boxing and like really going all in on this stuff. So with that question, is this the last fight on your contract? I heard it was. Are you okay with that answer there? Do you plan on sticking around? Do you and Feldman plan on talking about a long-term multiple fight deal? And second part of that question is, if you do stick around, this will be the second straight showcase fight against a gigantic name. Are you going to continue seeking out these big showcase fights as long as a paycheck's involved? Or is it important that you get a title around your waist at some point in the BKFC? Dave Mondell holds the title at 175 right now, which is your home. You guys do have a history together. He's in the comments right now saying you should fight him. Are you going to seek out that title shot if you do stick around, or are you going to just keep doing, keep doing these big showcase fights?
Well, I mean, I'm at 185 now, ain't I?
You don't plan on going back to 175?
Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I fuck around and play around and keep doing all this bullshit and play these fucking games? I mean, look, whatever BKFC wants to do, I believe they're in talks already with my team, my managers, about a future contract, this and that. So we'll see what's going to happen with this bout agreement that's coming up. And then, considering the money that I'm signing, it's up to them if they want me to fight their champion.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
If they put the money on contract and they say, look, this is the name we got for you to fight. MVP, that sounds fun. Luke Rockhold sounds fun. If it's their champion, that'll be fun. I mean, I'll do it. But also, like I said, I'm up at 85 now, and I'm building strength, and I'm gaining, and I'm trying to do something new here, and I got my title. It's platinum over gold. As far as I'm concerned, it's platinum over gold.
It's on the line.
This shit is happening.
Hey, that title's on the line, right?
Damn right it is.
The
Love it,
title's on
man.
the line, baby.
No, I was just wondering that because I know that you were going up to 185, but I didn't know if that you plan on staying 175, 185. I
Right.
know that like there's a lot of intriguing fights right around that weight class. Like Mike Richmond and you would be amazing. Up at 185, there's some guys up there that would be pretty interesting. So I just wanted to see where your head was at with that. Yeah, I can't wait.
Look,
Can't wait to see where they go from here.
I do think about being the best, and I don't, that to me that the paycheck says a lot about that.
Right.
Being the best comes with, my terms and that paycheck that comes to me. So,
right.
And with that said, it's like I gotta be ready to face any guy, any size. So I am still continuing to build strength and size, and I want to be able to push little guys around, bully them, beat them up, and big guys. I want to be too fast and too sharp, too slick for them, and beat them up. So, I mean, like I said, it's ultimately up to BKFC and who they want me to fight, since I am the one that people are tuning in for. I mean, I know BKFC has their big fan base and the people who like the BKFC fighters. And I got respect for the BKFC fighters because I understand what it takes, that it is this dirty game of bare knuckle, and it's raw, and it takes a certain type of person to succeed in it. So, I don't know who meets the numbers, and I got stuff I got to take care of, and the numbers are the most important thing to me. I really could care less about belts. That's why I made my own belt.
Yep. You have another child on the way, right?
I have another child that is here. She's about 32 days old.
Oh, really? Shit. No shit. Congratulations,
Mike.
Thank you so much, man. She's amazing. It's beautiful. I have a daughter now, and it's like her and her brother. She looks just like her brother did when he was born, but she looks so different. She looks in her own way, and like you can look into her eyes and you see this little person that is her own little person. She's got her own life to live ahead of her, and I see it coming.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, damn, I just got no choice but to be the toughest dad on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you gives you even more to fight for sure. Now, did you guys know you were having a daughter, or did you wait to be surprised?
We knew.
You knew?
We got the news. We didn't want to wait.
Yeah.
I can't
wait. We wanted to know.
We had a boy first, and my wife was like dead set, we're having a girl. The second one, I'm like, well, I don't think you get to choose, right? So she gets pregnant, and like everything's different. Like she's craving different food. She's acting different. She's like, everything's different this time. We're definitely having a girl. We're having a girl. And then we have a fucking reveal party, and it's a boy again. And like she started crying, dude. She started crying right there. And I felt so bad for her. Like everybody there was just like, they didn't really know how to react because Amy was in tears. Amy's in tears, like, but now like we had two boys, and the second boy is fucking awesome. So like everything happens for a reason. But good on you. You guys got one of each, man. That's fucking awesome.
Are you gonna continue? Is it
no, we have a cat, a dog, a boy, a girl.
It's a good family right there.
Yep. We're set, dude. Yep. But I'm sorry, man. I hope your wife, I don't know if you guys are gonna try again. I hope she gets that daughter in her life.
Oh no. She's a boy mom now. She's all in. She's actually
good for you, isn't it? That's good for you.
She's a boy mom. She's all about sports and martial arts and whatever.
I didn't get my boy. So. I'm over here just waiting. But
he's two girls in it up there.
Two girls. You know what? It is what it is, man. You'll love it. The girls are great. I thought, hey, I want a boy. I'm a guy. I need a boy, And I got a girl, and then I got another girl. And I'm like, you know what? I love these girls, So it is what it is, right?
Look at this. Yeah. Amy Mish in the comments. I don't want a daughter anymore.
There you go. That's right.
She's just trying to fucking throw that. Well, you're a tough girl now. Nah, man, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Thank you.
I knew that she was pregnant. I didn't know that it had already happened. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So, gives you even more incentive on April 29th. We cannot wait for this. Mike and I are going to be out there. There's going to be a press conference on Thursday. They got the weigh-ins on Friday, and then this massive goddamn event headlined by you guys. You got Eddie Alvarez and Chad Mendez and Beck and Misfit and Big Ben Rothwell. What the fuck? Crazy. I mean, like you said, Feldman put together, those guys really pulled out all the stops for this one. We're going to ask you some final questions real quick, and then we're going to let you get on up out of here. We asked the same question to Luke, and it has nothing to do with your fight. This weekend, there's a big boxing match. There is Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Who do you have winning that fight, Mr. Perry? And how do you see that fight ending?
Ooh. I mean, to me, it's not even like a thought. Tank is definitely going to win.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Ryan's tall. He's got quick little shots, but Tank is calculated. He's
powerful, man.
He is the face of boxing. It's a 12-round fight. Boxing usually starts around the 6th, 7th round. The first 6 rounds, they're like figuring it out. And, that's what's crazy about BKFC is because there is no time for that.
Right.
You get 5 or 6 2-minute rounds, and they're like, fight, go, go. Knock them out, finish them.
Yeah. Yep.
I fucking love it. Nah, man, a lot of people are picking Tank for sure. It's obviously like a speed versus power thing, an experience versus, all length versus.
Well, they both have speed and power. It's a length versus, that
Tank
swagger,
getting a shot off,
that boxing swagger that Tank has. He kind of is the face of boxing right now.
So I was listening to Jerry Cooney and who the hell's he do? Out inside the ring or whatever it is on Sirius XM, the midday boxing show. And I was listening to that. And both of them guys said they have never seen power in the hands of a man the size of Tank Davis before. They both of those guys knows, and I cannot remember fucking whoever the other co-host is. They're both been in boxing for 35, 40 years. They both agreed that at his size, they've never seen power in a guy that small's hands before. So that's got to be saying something, man. Tank's packing some dynamite for sure.
In my opinion, I've always believed that bantamweights, 135ers, have like the most power because they have a lot of speed. And what made me think that was years ago in 2017 when I went to the athlete retreat in the UFC, we were all punching the punching machine. Me, T. Woodley, all these UFC fighters. And there was this bantamweight, but he wasn't 135 at the time. He was probably like 55. But he had the build for it too. He had these long arms, and I don't even know who this guy was, but he was a UFC fighter, but I don't remember his name. But I know he hit that machine harder than everybody there, and he said he was a bantamweight.
No way.
He hit that shit so fast and so hard and precise every time.
Jesus.
He blew us all away.
Yeah, it's amazing what kind of strength can get in those little fucking hands, man. It's crazy. Here we go. Number 2.
That guy's a fucking bomb. That guy explodes. It's pretty amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2. If your life was on the line and the only way you can live is to rap an entire song without making a mistake, what song are you going to pick? You're going to die. You're going to die.
Dude.
Over.
Unless you rap, you got to rap your way out of this situation.
Well, the only one I can think of right now is Drop the World by Lil Wayne and Eminem.
You know every single word?
I don't, but I know a lot of it. I know a lot of it.
You're going to die.
I know a lot of it.
You know which one I think I would do is
or I would do the anthem. The national
Rough
anthem.
Rough Riders anthem.
Oh, say, can you see?
You got to rap that shit though.
By the dawn's early light.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. Damn, rapping it makes it hard.
Yeah, it's hard because it doesn't rhyme at all. There's no rhyming in there.
I guess that's it for me.
What
did Luke say? What did Luke say?
I didn't ask him. We didn't ask him.
No, we didn't ask him that question.
We asked him
what the fuck?
We asked him if he'd rather be surfing, skating, fighting, or fucking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can guess which one he said.
Yeah. Everybody in the car at the same time. All right, number 3. Do you think Jake Paul picked Nate Diaz as his next opponent because he's afraid of you?
No.
No. Hey, that's
I was trying to serve you
one,
up,
it's
man.
not like he's gonna fight me bare knuckle. 2, he would fight with boxing gloves on. And 3, it's not about being afraid. It's about Nate. I don't think punches with the power that I punch with in the boxing style I box with. And Nate has more fans and followers that will probably tune in, unfortunately, to him rather than me. But that's, put some respect on my name, dog. This bare knuckle shit is no joke.
It's the realest.
I love it.
It's the best.
All right, number 4.
If you could bet on yourself at BKFC 41, what's the largest amount of money you'd be comfortable throwing down on yourself? If it was legal for you to bet on yourself, what would you put down?
Man, I don't I'm not a big bettor like that, but and here's the thing. So like with the Tank and Ryan Garcia fight, there was a live stream and they're like, "Oh, put your whole purse." And I'm glad you asked this question because I wanted to kind of explain how I think it works with them. So their purse, whatever that might be, it could be $1 million, it could be $2 million, but they're getting pay-per-views. They're going to make 20-30 million off pay-per-views. And that's not what they bet. They bet their purse, which is still a huge bet, a $1-2 million purse. That's a huge bet. But they're getting 20 or 30 on the back end of the pay-per-view. So, you don't see me out here saying, I'll fight you winner take all because my purse is all I'm getting and I got a family to feed. And, I have done winner take all, but it was only for like $5,000 before. But
that's a good point, though.
So if I was going to bet on myself, I guess I'd bet like, I'd start small, like 10,000.
That's fair. You know what? And I don't know what the bet odds are right now, but I bet you $10,000 on whatever the odds are. I'm gonna guess that Luke Rockhold, even though you got the bare knuckle experience, he is the former UFC champion and he's 6'3" and he's a bigger dude. He's probably the betting favorite right now. I don't know, but 10,000 on you probably makes you some pretty decent money. Mike, you got the odds?
Well, I just looked it up, and it comes up right at the top. Latest odds: Perry to win 1-3, Rockhold to win 3-1. So,
there you go. So you get 30 grand back if you fucking put that down. All right, that's fantasy land, though. You're not gonna do that. It's just a question, just some fun shit. Last question for you, Mike. You've been making a name for yourself. Like I said, you're only 31 years old. You're a young man in the sport. You're coming into your prime 10 years from now. What will people be saying about Platinum Mike Perry?
Toughest son of a gun who ever lived, man. And what a beautiful spirit and family man. And he just loved to have a good time. And he was all about entertaining the fans. And even though they love to hate on him because they can't do what he does and take punches to the head like that. And punch and just keep coming. He never stopped coming. I just kept on coming, baby. I'm coming all in your face.
Yes.
I fucking saw that coming.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's
You saw that coming?
I saw that coming. Yeah. Yeah, fucking
Perfect,
Jesus
perfect,
Christ.
perfect.
All right.
Close your mouth.
Oh man. No, you are an entertainer, and I love that. They're like, not to keep going, but we're gonna let you go in a second. When you were in that press conference and whatever Luke said to you, and you were like, I don't give a fuck. I like to get fucked up. I drink during the weekdays. I don't give a fuck. I was like, man, that is just pure honesty out of this dude. He just does not give a fuck, and that's why people are loving you, dude. It's for sure.
Actually, you want to know what's funny?
They get.
It's hard for him, I noticed, to keep a straight face and be angry with you and go back and forth, because you'll say something and he cannot help but laugh because you said something and you said you're not good with words either, and he just basically was like he couldn't respond to you because you make him laugh, so you get him right out of his character. He can't even try to like act mean or tough back to you because it's just fun. It's funny, you know.
I mean, I got respect for what he's done and his accomplishments, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to face him. And you know, and I know that talking sometimes it's easier to just get in and just fight about it rather than try to think of the next good thing to say that's gonna go viral for people to pay attention and want to watch a damn fight. It's fighting. We're men, we're old school, and we just want to fight.
Yeah. Bullfrog Actual in the comments says you would have made a good drill sergeant, and I think so, because drill sergeants were, one, intimidating as fuck, but two, funny as fuck. And if you laugh at any of the shit they say, they just smoke the shit out of you even harder than before. And like that, you know, you picture perfect for that. But anyways, dude, next week, Denver, Colorado, BKFC 41, biggest event they've ever had. We'll see you there. I can't wait to see the press conference, the weigh-ins, the fights. Any last words you want to say before we let you get up out of here, man?
Man, I hope Luke is sleeping in his hotel room the night before the fight and he ends up with some brown stains on the mattress because he shits his pants scared to fight me. And he gets in the ring and gets knocked out. Luke Rockhold, I'm going to knock you out. Bare knuckle boxing. Shout out Marcus Cypher.
There it is, man. Mike, you got anything left for the platinum one here?
Hey, listen, I cannot wait for next week. We will see you there. We'll get another interview then. We'll see you at the fights. It's going to be a good week. Denver's beautiful. Can't wait.
Thank you, Mike and Mitch. Salute, fellas. Have a great night. Thank you.
All right, brother. Take it
Later,
easy,
Mike.
man. Later. Dude, two fucking awesome guests tonight. These guys are great. You know?
Yeah.
He's just a character.
He's one of a kind.
He's really one of a kind. And
you know, people say that, oh, you're one of a kind. There are people that are one of a kind.
Listen,
there's people I can compare to people, and there's people I cannot.
Joe Ivy just said it. Joe Ivy just said it. There is nobody like Mike Perry. Now, I don't know what our guest list number is up to, but we passed 200 with David Feldman back in December, right?
Yeah.
So we got to be up around like 240 guests by now, maybe 230, something like that. He is by far different from everybody else. Like that dude is one of a kind for sure. It's fucking awesome. Amazing event, April 29th. Those two gentlemen are going to be scrapping in the Bare Knuckle Square Circle. Want to give something away real quick, Mike? Do we have the picture of it?
Oh, you know, I was just thinking the picture. The picture. I can get the picture, but let's explain what the picture is here, because I would like to know. I'd like to know what we're giving away.
We have two things that we can give away real quick, and don't go anywhere, guys, because you have the opportunity to win two things, and Mike and I are going to try to figure out how we're going to give these away on the spot here, because we did not prep.
We like to have fun with this type of shit.
Right. We're going to do this. We are going to give away an event poster for the first BKFC London card, which featured Mike Perry against Michael Venom Page,
right,
in the main event in a 6-round classic in London. They broke ground for the BKFC across the pond, and since then I think they're on their 4th one coming up right now, maybe 4th or 5th. We just saw Mike on here. Anybody want the poster? All you have to do is be the first person in the comment section to tell me, and just give it a second. Here it is. Who did Mike Perry fight in his final UFC fight? Quick, put it in the comments. Final UFC fight. Who did he fight? Put it in the comments right now. Who was it? First person to put it in there wins themselves the event poster from the first ever BKFC London card. Howie says fuck. That's not right. That's not it.
What?
It's not fuck.
It's not fuck.
Daniel
You have to try again.
Rodriguez, D-Rod himself, Daniel Rodriguez. Joe Ivy is correct. You got yourself a poster. Do you have a picture?
Joe Ivy, go look at you.
Joe Ivy, you finally won something on our show. You're one of the most loyal viewers of this show. You've been with us since day one.
A1.
And I don't think you've ever won anything on here before.
Oh, me neither. I think she's trying to be nice.
She's gonna
you
see
think Joe
that
Ivy's
post.
trying to be nice?
Do you have the picture? Or
if you guys say 3,
2,
1, you'll have the poster right here.
Boom.
Like this. See what I'm saying?
There it is. The dude, Connor Turney, Joe Elmore. You got Mick Terrell, Sam Shoemaker on there, Tyler Goodjohn, James Lilly. Look at that damn card right there. That was phenomenal. Daniel Rodriguez is the correct answer. Joe Ivy is on the board as a winner on the with the BKFC. What is that? 27 BKFC 27 fight poster. And we got one.
Yeah.
We have one more giveaway to go.
Yeah. Look at these giveaways here.
Dude, here we go. You see that? Guillermo Perez, the cut man himself. Look at that.
Look at those locks.
Look at those locks. Those
Look
luscious locks.
They remind me of the in Spaceballs. The dog guy. You know what I'm talking about?
The dog guy in
the guy, the lion, the fucking curly hair.
In Spaceballs? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh, we just lost Mike. Mike just fell off the show, everybody. Okay. I could do this. I don't know what the hell just happened to Mike. But anyways, we're gonna give away.
I don't know what happened either. I don't even know.
Why'd you fucking hang up?
You know the curly hair there? Beautiful.
Barf?
Nah,
John
just
Candy?
keep going. We're getting off topic here.
Listen.
We're getting off topic. Keep going.
You're off topic here. So our other guest tonight was a man by the name of Luke Rockhold, right? Luke Rockhold made his UFC debut after defending his title against Ted Kennedy. After defending his title against Tim Kennedy.
Federal offense.
Yep. He beat Tim Kennedy by decision, unanimous decision, to defend his Strikeforce title. Zuffa bought Strikeforce, absorbed all their fighters, and they brought the middleweight champion in to fight a guy in the UFC in his debut fight. Whoever can tell me who Luke fought in his UFC debut fight gets themselves a signed picture of Cutman G. Look at that thing. Can
you believe it?
I love your lips, is what he's saying right there.
Yeah, he's looking at you in your eyes, and you're being mesmerized.
Okay, well, hey, Rick Caruso, Slick Rick, the man himself. Rick, you got
this
yourself.
Is the picture you want?
Is this the picture you want? If you want that picture, it's yours.
You
say it in the comments. I mean, I feel like you can get an autograph from him anytime you want. If you say I want it, it is yours. Other than that,
you won, baby.
It would be Bullfrog Actual. But let's do it. Hey, the winners are Joe Ivy and Rick Caruso. Inbox me on Instagram with your addresses, and we will mail those to you in as soon as we can. All right. There it is, Mike. The day is done. The night is over.
Is done.
But we're not done. We're not done with our week.
No, we are not done with our week. This is a crazy week.
Tomorrow night, we will be joined by the Underground King, the most violent man on the planet, I believe he won that
He
title.
said he's putting his title up for it.
I believe he put that title up. He won the title of most violent man when he beat Justin Gaethje in the UFC. He is a former UFC lightweight champion. We started watching him back in King of the Cage and fucking Bully Beatdown and Bellator all those years. And he was that. I really feel like he was the first Bellator guy to come over to the UFC and make an impact. You know what I mean? Like it was
Right.
always
Yes.
those guys. It was always those guys like UFC versus Bellator. Who's better? Like, and then every single time they brought a guy over from Bellator, it just didn't work out until Eddie Alvarez. I feel like he was the guy that did it.
Yeah.
Eddie is a legend. We will talk to him tomorrow night. But before we talk to him, we're going to talk to one half of the lone title fight on the BKFC 41 fight card out in Denver, Colorado, April 29th, when she takes on Christine Misfit Faria Beck Rollins. The rowdy Beck Rollins will be on the show tomorrow night. Unbelievable.
She's got to be in Denver by now.
Oh, she's in Denver. She's been in Denver.
She is. I know. I saw pictures. So I'm just
trying
to play like I didn't know.
Yeah, she's been in Denver. And we're really excited to talk to her and Eddie tomorrow night. What's up, man?
What a fucking card. Can I just say that? What a fucking card. Because the card is insane. This is the biggest card ever put on by BKFC. In bare knuckle history, this is the biggest card ever. Like, this is insane, right? 2 former UFC champions are on this card. That by itself is insane.
Dude,
right?
not to mention, Chad fought for the UFC title, what, 2 times against Jose Aldo.
Right.
And he fought for the interim title against Conor McGregor.
And Eddie Alvarez lost the title against Conor McGregor. I mean, look at this. They were in big ass fights. I mean, yeah, it's okay. They lost whatever, but those are huge fights. Those are gigantic fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is next week. So this week, as we have said, we have a card on Friday night, which was supposed to happen weeks ago in Delray Beach. Now we're going to call it Delray Bitch because they didn't have the fight. So screw them, right? We're going to get rid of that. Here's the fight week schedule. So if you're not paying attention, pay attention now. The weigh-ins, April 20th, 6 p.m. Watch them on the app or YouTube. And it shows Instagram there now, too. So I guess they're streaming on Instagram, apparently. But
they did the last one, too.
Okay, so
they did an Instagram live on their Instagram page. Yeah.
And then April 21st, we have the fights. The doors open if you're going to the arena at 7. They got the pre-show, so they're going to be showing some previous fights for some of the big fights on the card. And then 8 p.m. free prelims, BKFC app, Instagram, YouTube, and 9 p.m. starts the main card on the BKFC app.
I wanted to say something too. So if you do not have the app and you want to watch both events this weekend and you happen to have Fubo TV, Fubo made a deal with the BKFC for this weekend, and I just happen to have that channel. I didn't even know I had that channel because I don't have cable. I have a Samsung TV. So if you hook up your Samsung to Wi-Fi, you just automatically get Samsung TV like built into the TV, and it has a whole bunch of fucking channels. You got the Bob Ross channel and the Baywatch channel, and you got the poker channel. So I'm flipping through, and I see the PFL on Fubo channel. So I'm watching the PFL, and in the top corner it says BKFC 38 and BKFC 40 back-to-back nights Fubo TV. And I'm like, oh, shit, what the fuck? They're playing the fights. And then we get the press release from the big man, Bernie himself. Bernie sends us the press release that says Fubo and BKFC made a deal to play these events back to back. You do not need, if you have a Roku, I think Fubo's on there. TV Plus, it's on there. Samsung TV, it's on there. So this is like a free channel that as long as you have Wi-Fi, as long as you have internet at your house, you can watch these 2 events this weekend.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
How about that?
I don't.
How about them cookies?
I think they're just like they got this massive event next week. Why not give these two away to anybody that can? If you have the app, you're on it. If you're on, I think it might be on Fight TV as well. But if you have Fubo, fucking dude,
Go for it.
You know what? From the comfort of your own home, you can go check that shit out, man. And that's 2 nights in a row because Saturday night they got BKFC 40, and that's the Holmes Christie card. It used to be Elvin Brito.
I know, poor Brito, man. What a fucking soldier. The guy's like one of the best they have for bare knuckle, and this guy can't get a fight. He's knocked off this card. It's a shame that he's not fighting on this card. We need to see him ASAP. We need to see Elvin Brito ASAP, right?
Yeah. Did you see Bullfrog Actual says Fubo sounds like a fake watch brand? I guess
for us by others.
For us by others. Yeah. Nah, man, Elvin. I mean, I feel so bad for him. He was gonna fight this big dude, Jamie Cox, who was like 23-2 as a pro boxer with a ton of knockouts, and like you just said, a soldier's.
I gotta tell you what,
he's a soldier for the company.
Can I say something?
What's up?
I'm not a big fan of Cox.
Yeah, not really.
No.
Are you a bigger fan of Cox, Ted Kennedy, or Luke Perry?
I'll have to take Luke Perry. Luke Perry.
Not a big fan
Luke Perry, Ted Kennedy, Cox, in that order.
In that order, dude.
Yep.
That was so funny that like accidentally those.
I know that was funny. But here's the thing, right? You talked to Elvin Brito while we were in Virginia, right? You did an interview, and Elvin Brito said in that interview, and guys, please go to our YouTube page, subscribe, watch this video. He says it in the video. Don't be fat.
He said, "Stop eating corned beef or brisket or whatever the fuck you guys eat over there. You have He said you have a month to lose this weight. Don't be a fat bitch. Fucking make weight."
Generally, like I don't really like to get involved with the fighters like that. You know what I mean? But the thing is this dude is supposed to fight a professional fight against a fighter in a main event, and you can't make weight, but you said you were going to do it. That gets me so aggravated. It's like, can you be professional? This is supposed to be professional. You said you're going to do it, then do it. That's the way that I am. I never tell somebody I'm going to do something and not do it. And if you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not going to do it, I will let you know. Like, it's not like hey, I'm going to sign this thing and I promise I'm going to be there. No fucking way.
There's a lot of integrity. There's a lot of integrity involved there, Mike. And,
what are you going to do?
You have it. We have, I mean, some people have it, and
yeah,
who knows, man? He wanted to change weight classes, a week out from the fight.
Here's the new main event, Holmes Christie.
Yeah. So that's a title. That's a title fight, right?
Oh, it says cruiserweight bout. So I don't know if this is.
I thought Holmes won the title over there.
Yeah, it says cruiserweight bout, might be a title fight, but that I pulled off the interwebs today. So
I could have swore that Holmes won the cruiserweight, the BKFC UK cruiserweight title.
You know what's funny is it says light heavyweight bout on the website. So I don't know if this changed, if weights changed, or what the hell's going on here. I'm
what do we know, Mike?
Confused right now.
What the hell do we know?
I just confused the hell out of myself by even bringing this up. I should have never done it. No, but okay. So before we go, we're going to end the show in about 2 minutes. But next week in Denver, we are going to have a wonderful time at the press conference, wherever that may be, at the weigh-ins, wherever that may be, and at the damn fights. And then after the fights at Bare Knuckle, fighting watch party at Tom's Watch Bar in Denver, and they have them all over.
And I want you to take a look at the corner of that advertisement down there. Oh, man.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, man. What's that? Is this an after party featuring the man himself, Chris Camozzi, and Mike and Mish?
Yeah, how beautiful of a thing that is.
Oh, shit, son.
Listen.
Dude, that's going to be a good time, Mike.
Yes. It's going to be a good time. And guess who's coming with us? Scott Farley. If you're
Scott
listening,
Farley.
Scott Farley, we're gonna
Hey.
fucking kidnap your ass and we're gonna
Yeah.
bring you with us. It
Hey,
doesn't
and
matter
Scott,
if you don't want to
Scott,
go.
you can bring Alvin too. He's not really doing anything right now. So.
Bring Alvin with you. He's coming. We have room for him in the back seat. You guys can come with us.
Yeah, we'll have a nice big SUV out there. We're gonna get Scott Farley. We're gonna go over to Tom's Watch Bar at Coors Field in McGregor Square. My God, that bar is absolutely fucking insane. It is
A
an
fantastic place.
amazing bar. Go check their Instagram out and check that freaking bar out. Like,
It's insane.
It's absolutely amazing. So, man, gonna be a good time. Thank you to Luke Rockhold. Thank you to Mike Perry. Shout out to Rick Caruso and Joe Ivy for winning those posters tonight.
Good.
And thank
Good
you
job.
everybody for hanging in there with us again. Once again, it's great to be back from vacation. It's great to be back on the mic.
Good to be back.
Yeah. I gotta
Great
be,
Eminem said.
Right, Mike. I was a little down in the dumpsters today.
Yep. You guys wouldn't know this about 0.0001 of a second before we went live. Kyle was ready to just run and jump out the window. So it doesn't. You can't even tell. Look at him.
Yeah, I was a little down in the dumpsters,
He was like that.
But you know what? I have risen from the dumpster and I am back at it, and I'm glad because this is where, I go from fucking pissed off to on my shit. So thank you guys. Tune in tomorrow night, 9:00. We're gonna have Beck Rollins and the man Eddie Alvarez. I can't wait for it. And until then, I got nothing else to say but peace.